Howdy again, everybody. Hockey Guy here, back with part 2 of this video on 3-bet and flop evaluation. And one thing I wanted to talk about a little bit, and probably didn't in the first one, is just looking at these ranges here on the tags and the lags as far as VPIP and PFR and calling ranges and whatnot. Just looking at if we look at the estimated calling range, maybe for a tag it's about 13% roughly. It's some kind of hand range that looks like this, and then for a lag, it's probably closer to 30% with some kind of hand range that looks like this, and how that relates to various flops. And we'll see if we'll just let this pick this up where we left off after that King 10 hand. And we'll see if we can't get a flop here and then take a look at it real quick. Alright, perfect. Now let's get 2 flops on there. Double perfect. Alright, so if we look at these 2 boards here, we've got the same 2 Yahoos on the right-hand table. One's pretty taggy, and one is still kind of an unknown quantity after 6 hands. But we think him to not be very good because he's sitting on half a stack and hasn't reloaded. On this left-hand table, what do we got? We got kind of a cross between a taggy and a laggy range that I randomly kind of put in there. Bluffer something, I can't read that. Don't get old, your eyes go to hell in a handbasket. But if we look at this range on the left, obviously an ace is in any tag or any laggy's range, but the mere fact that one flopped kind of reduces the chances, or in fact doesn't kind of, but definitely reduces the chances he actually has one, because now he can only have 3 aces that are left in the deck instead of 4, so the odds that he actually has an ace now are actually less than before the flop. And then if we think about him as a tag for a second, basically what do we expect a tag to call with here? We expect a tag to call with some kind of range like this: pairs, paint, suited paint, aces, and maybe an occasional suited connector. So if we look at this flop, a lot of suited connectors kind of hit this flop: 7, 8, 5, 6, 6, 8, things like that. And then obviously any ace hits this flop, but if you look at the rest of the range, any kind of painted card here, and I'm going to move this over so we can look at it at the same time. If you look at the rest of his range, here's his range: pairs. Obviously he's still got any pair that he started with, but he can't be in love with any pair unless it was a pair of 4s or 7s. The other, 13, 14 pairs. So I'm not giving him credit for aces since he didn't raise, or kings. So that leaves 12 pairs or so left, queens and down. Out of those 12, of course they all have me in horrible shape, but he doesn't know what I have. But really only 4s and 7s help him, so almost 90% of any pairs that he might have miss this flop. Might he call down with a pair of 8s or 9s? He might, but he might fold them. Any kind of just Broadway cards are in tough shape here. There's no real draws out there at all. So they're in bad shape. As we said, the aces hit it. And then suited connectors, 9, 8, 10, 8, Jack 9, stuff like that. All pretty much miss this flop pretty badly. And of course, when he checks, that's just further